Hello. I wanted to share with you my experience of the eclipse since I did experience totality. And our neighborhood decided to have a eclipse party in our cul-de-sac. So I had thought about spending the day like meditating and kind of on my own. But as more and more people started to show up, and there were children playing, and they were all bringing food, and it became this beautiful, fearless, loving experience. And so, from a companionship or from a perspective of the people I was with, it was a beautiful experience. There was no fear at all, which, of course, there was a lot of fear with this eclipse here in the United States, especially if you're in path of totality. And so nobody was afraid of anything. They just were enjoying the wonder of the mystical, right? The cosmic mystical. And everybody, of course, was trying to take pictures, and the children were playing, and it turned out to be a beautiful experience. We laid and sat on the grass, so we were very grounded, and the whole experience leading up to it, like maybe starting about 45 minutes before it all started, I started to feel this sense of peace, or maybe not necessarily peace as I would explain it, but like neutrality. It was very I felt very neutral. I didn't know. I didn't really have any idea. I didn't really have any expectations of what I would feel. Just felt very lucky and blessed that I was able to see it. And I realized that whatever else I might have been planning on doing, the fact that I was with a group of beautiful people that were all with children and family oriented and with food and just being with without any fear, um, to me, way outweighed, haha, the needing to meditate and do all that, which I know was happening all over the world. But in my way, that's exactly what I was doing it. But I was doing it in a very different kind of way. But it felt so spiritual and like such a blessing. It was like this miracle kind of thing was happening, even though I didn't really get into the logic of it. I was just experiencing that neutrality and that peace. The minute that the totality started, in that moment, I felt on my solar plexus, on my solar chakra, it was like the energy was being sucked out of me. It was rather painful in when we balance our energy centers. This was like a being pulled out kind of thing. It felt very, very, very intense, very quickly. It happened right at 2 minutes, and of course, our totality here was exactly 4 minutes. So it just felt like it was being drawn out of me, and I wasn't concerned. I didn't think anything about it. The people that I was with, they understood what was happening. Um, and I was able to speak about it and not feel nervous about it. I was able to say, "Ooh, I feel this weird feeling in my solar, like it's almost like it was being shifted by outside energies." Um, and after that, I felt a long, strong, like a nausea. Like I felt, like an energetic nausea, when we raise our frequency too fast and it's like, bleh. It felt like that. Um, and then I was able to settle down, and I felt nothing but just wonder. I felt again super, super blessed. Um, it was a beautiful experience. It turned very dark. The birds stopped. It got cold. It got really cold. There was the most chemtrailing I had seen in the longest time. It was crazy, the chemtrailing. But even that, like, it affected me zero. Like, I was looking at it and it just seemed so childlike, to what is it you're trying to do? You can't stop energy. It wasn't about the visual spectrum. But still, I found it very interesting. And I did during it, while I closed my eyes for a little bit and tried to meditate, even though I was not in that particular place, I felt a great deal for a moment of sorrow for those that are in such deep fear. Like, I could almost sense that collective, their fear. I could taste it, but it wasn't affecting me. It was like I was a neutral observer watching another aspect of the collective. Whereas in the past, I would have been maybe feeling it as, a grid worker and as a forerunner, and here for the shift. I felt it, but it was like I was watching it on TV. I felt a real disconnect. So, as afterwards, when it was over, I just felt so peaceful again. I can't speak enough about the peace I felt, and the joy and the wisdom and the wonder. It really truly was an incredible experience, and I'm so grateful to have been through it. And I also, all yesterday afternoon, connected with some of the beautiful people that I love that have been in my life. And I was just so happy. It's like I found them again. So that was a wonderful thing. And but when I will tell you, and this is kind of, but I told you I'd say what I experienced when I came into the house after it was over, right? I got very sick. Bathroom wise, I don't need to tell you anymore. Um, it was like a massive purge, and I had been fasting pretty close to the last week in preparation for this. So it wasn't like I'd had an enormous meal or I had eaten. It was nothing like that. I was coming into this eclipse fully aware, with tons of water, and fully aware that it was going to be a massive energetic shift. And indeed, in my reality, it was. It really changed everything almost from the inside out. Had very incredible feelings of love, and especially how beautiful the earth is. I had several very interesting experiences with birds coming at me. During the eclipse, there was no bird song. That was kind of, it was so strange. But afterwards, it was like they were super loud. And also bees, honeybees. I have gotten close to 6 honeybees out of my house. They seemed to have all come indoors and they were all around me. And of course, they were coming to me, and I was putting them on my paper, and taking them out. But they were like very, very, it was like they were very drawn to my energy or to the house, to our ley lines. So yeah, I didn't really think about the people I love, if that's crazy. Like, I just knew they were okay wherever they were, whatever was going on. And I knew it's kind of like the 100th monkey, right? Testing of consciousness. It was like I might have been on the other side of the island, but I could feel them, and I could feel that all my loved ones were in a beautiful place, or were about to be in a beautiful place, or are gonna be in a beautiful place. Divine dispensation, right? So I wanted to come in. I was gonna write this, and then I realized, you know what? It's time for me to get back to making videos. So I just woke up from a nap. I think it's like 4 o'clock here. I have been pretty wiped out today. I had a huge meal of my favorite Argentinian food at Milanesas de Pollo. I had some chicken, and it was a wonderful thing. And my friends are resting as well. So it's like we're all coming off of the energy, and it really, really, everything has shifted, but something definitely has lifted. At least in my reality and in my timelines, something has lifted. And then also really weird, one more thought, because those that know me, I've been doing this work for 13 years now, since my spontaneous awakening in August of 2011, when my soul woke up to do this job. Um, I've been thinking about a partner again, which is very, very out of my realm as far as even that. I mean, I really haven't even had time to think about that. I've been so busy working on being the best me I can be. So it was very interesting. That thought came through. It was like, well, maybe there is somebody for me in this world that 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 will get me and that I will get them. It came out of nowhere, that thought. Um, so yeah, I wanted to share that too. So yeah, that's it. That was my experience. For me, there was absolutely no fear. And if there was any shadow energy within me, it literally got magnetized out through the black sun, through the portals. And whatever might have been going up in the cosmos, to me, this was a great cosmic balancer. But I can feel it. And even more today, I can feel it. And I have more clarity, but really what I have is more hope and more faith. I don't believe that everything is going to be as dark as so many say it will be. Now, I'm not saying it isn't going to be, but I'm just speaking again for myself. I just feel great peace. And I realize that, if I stay or if I go, that's, the outcome has nothing to do with me. So I don't know. Maybe, um, maybe there's a brand new adventure now coming for me that I don't even know. Um, but I'm okay with that too. So that was my experience of the eclipse. It was a beautiful thing. The children were wonderful, and I am so blessed. So I love y'all, and as always, namaste. And I will see you soon, because now I want to start making videos again, and I will tell you about the story of when I was arrested for 95 days and put in jail. I think it's time for me to tell that story. So I love y'all, and catch you next time. See you soon. Bye.